So at the time of recording for this video, a video with 1 million views here on my channel paid out $7,454.95. Now, I wanted to give you guys this information immediately. That way I give all of you exactly what you came here for. Now, throughout this video, I do want to go over some additional details. I want to talk about how long it took for YouTube to actually pay out this amount of money that I made off of this video, how much it's paying me right now because I made that video a year ago and I'm still making money off of it. I'm also going to talk about exactly how I went out of my way to potentially set this video up for success and so much more. But before we get started, I do have to ask all of you guys a very simple question. When it came to the amount of money that this video paid, did it surprise any of you? Do you consider it a lot of money? Do you consider it a little amount of money? Let me know in the comment section below. So my name is Jay. I am a former crew member. I used to work on board cruise ships as a professional breakdancer and acrobat, and now I am a full-time content creator here on YouTube. Now, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to inspire all of you to maybe think outside the box a little bit, as I know a lot of you have been asking me questions over the past year or two as far as how do I literally vacation for a living? How do I make money on YouTube? And how does it all exactly work? Now, before I go into the details, I want to be very clear. This is not a flex of any kind. I'm not showing off how much money that I make. I believe that in this new world that we live in, anything is possible. And if I can inspire just a couple people here in this video to maybe think outside the box and start something like a YouTube channel, or maybe do something that they've always wanted to do, then personally I'm happy. I know there are going to be a lot of people that are going to say that I'm trying to show off to people. I can assure you that I am not. Most of you that have been watching my channel know that I'm really not a big money guy. As long as the mission is funded, as far as me inspiring people to travel a little bit more, giving them information, I could personally care less. Well, of course, obviously I have to take care of myself and my family too, but you guys get the idea. Anyway, getting into the video that had 1 million views here on this channel and essentially went viral, I intentionally went out of my way for that video to do well, which I'll explain the details of in just a minute. But I did not think the video was going to do this well. At this point in time, this video has reached 1.1 million views, 114,000 hours of watch time. You try dividing that by 24 hours, see how many days you come up with, and then divide it by years, and it's absolutely insane. It's also generated over 8,000 subscribers. When I first started my YouTube channel back on the tail end of 2018, I knew the world that I was living in, being working on cruise ships at the time, was a very taboo world that honestly a lot of people didn't know much about. So when I started my channel, I knew that things were going to do pretty well. My videos right out of the gate, my very first, I want to say 5 to 10 videos, took off, gaining literally tens of thousands of views. So I expected this video that hit 1 million to really not be an exception to the rules. It was also going to do well. Why? Because the video was titled 10 Things I Hated About Working on Cruise Ships. Now, if you break that down, first of all, for whatever reason, people like numbers, 10s and 3s and 5s, and nobody really knows why. But also, I talk about 10 things I hated. People like something that can be perceived as negative, even though there are pros and cons to really everything. I'll piggyback off of that in a second. Also, I talk about cruise ships, like I said, a very taboo world. And when I talk about just essentially it being a job, it's very relatable to people. Now, just piggybacking off of the idea of it just kind of being one of those things where there are pros and cons to everything, I knew that this video would spark a lot of controversy. You have a lot of people that worked on cruise ships in the comment section of that video that are saying that they agree with what I was talking about. And then on the other end, you have people that are comparing it to the military and talking about how selfish I am and how high and mighty I think that I am to hate a job like working on cruise ships when I should just be grateful or shut up and work, or if I don't like it, I should just go home. I would see this stuff commonly on that video, and again, it sparked a lot of conversations, a lot of controversy, which then caused the YouTube algorithm, the system's computer on YouTube, to then promote this video more because it was getting a lot of engagement. There are a couple factors that determine whether YouTube promotes a video or not, because all of it is, to a certain extent, organic, and a lot of details and data that YouTube takes into the equation to decide if a video is going to go viral or not, meaning it's going to get a lot of views. Essentially, you have to have a good title and thumbnail or the cover photo. You see in my video, I kind of took what I thought a lot of people were perceiving the life on board cruise ships to be like. It was like a room with a bunch of beds and whatever. It piqued curiosity for a lot of people. Now, also just inside of the video, like I said, when you include the title and thumbnail, there's a click-through rate. So YouTube determines how many people are clicking on the video. There is view duration. YouTube trying to figure out how long people are sticking around. Like I said, people like numbers. So I decided to make the video interesting interesting with different points kind of bringing people up and down from 10 all the way down to 1. And then on top of that, there is engagement. People are commenting on the video. Some people hated it, some people loved it. This all combined together to create a viral success. So getting into the actual pay, I do want to start off by talking about the views. Originally, when I posted this video on April 9th of 2021, it was pretty much flat. It was actually one of my worst performing videos out there. For the first 2 weeks, I think it racked up maybe like 10,000 views, and usually my videos could rack up 10,000 views in a single day. So you get the idea. I don't know why, but after 2 weeks, the video just started to take off. I believe at the time it was starting to get confirmed because the cruise ship industry was paused at that point in time, not really sailing with any paying passengers. The announcements were starting to come that cruising was going to come back, which piqued interest for cruising operations, which caused the video to start to skyrocket. The video ended up over the next several weeks after those first initial 2 weeks getting tens of thousands of views, some as high as 60,000 views per day. Now, as far as the pay here on YouTube, there is something known as a CPM rate. It is where YouTube pays you per 1,000 views after you enroll in Google's program called Google AdSense. The way it works, YouTube will strike a deal with you, the content creator. After you enroll in their program, they take 45%, and you being the content creator will take 55%. Now, when this video started to really kind of take off, I believe the first month it gained like $3,000, which for one video at the time for me was unheard of, and it absolutely blew my mind. And then after that, the next month it was $2,000. Then the rest of it just kind of started to trickle in throughout the year. Now we turn around to about a year later. This video is pulling in, well, for this month it'll pull in about $800, but it usually averages right now, because we're in the middle of cruising season, it'll average anywhere from $500 to $800. Now, over the past 90 days, it has accumulated about $1,800. Now, when I mention these numbers, there are a couple things that I want you to all keep in mind. One, I have over 800 videos here on this channel, which is still crazy for me to say. I believe the exact number is like 802 if you're watching this video right now. If you're watching it a year or so from now, then well, there's probably a lot more, because I do videos pretty much every single day. Now, do all of them get to this point? No, actually, I only have one at this point in time that has reached viral numbers like 1 million. Some have reached 300,000, some have reached 200,000, but even for a lower video, I gotta tell you guys, it still does factor out to a couple $100. So imagine me doing this every day, coupled up with other videos that I made a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that is also making money. So there you have it, guys. But I do also want to throw in the fact of taxes, guys. Whenever I get this money, it is not taxed. So then at the beginning of each year, I still have to go do taxes. But thankfully, because I have a business, I'm allowed to do things like write-offs and, you know, business expenses and stuff like that. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on in this video, guys. There's so much information that I could give to you right now. However, this is my first time doing a video style like this here on this channel. I don't know how all of you are going to receive it. I'm honestly a little bit nervous, just a little bit. But I believe that even though this is not about cruising, I do believe it can inspire some of you, because a lot of you have reached out to me via email talking about how to start a YouTube channel and how does it all work. And I do believe that the awareness is very important in this world that we are currently living in now. I see so many people that see my channel and think that I'm poor or whatever, and it's not like a personal thing for me. Personally, to be honest with you, I really don't care what people think. But I do believe that a lot of people need to open their minds and understand the possibilities that literally anything is possible these days. I went from being a homeless, poor Uber driver that wasn't making a lot of money and doing dance stuff on the side, and I was lucky enough to get a contract every now and then, to seeing where we are now. Now, given I do have sponsors that do pay for most of my travel, be it if I'm going on a cruise, or I have friends also that are flight attendants that have given me travel passes, so I don't really pay for flights these days, and I don't pay for a lot of things, but all of this just is into the connection of me starting my YouTube channel and me putting up the initial tens of thousands of dollars to start traveling on my own. I just got a sponsor and the flight pass literally within the past 30 days. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. If you're gonna hate, just know that I can kind of play the game too. You want to troll me, I will troll you. If you want me to do a secondary video, I've always thought about doing a video, since I'm now at 100,000 subscribers, or almost like 108 or something like that at the time of this recording. If you want me to talk about how I went from 0 to 100,000 subscribers just using my cell phone, I was thinking about doing that video as well. Let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I love you, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.